guns, more guns, less crime, one of the seminal works, made the liberals' heads blow up because he had all the stats. This guy comes out with numbers. John, you've made a great point to me over the last couple of days. I think the Republicans are missing the messaging on this whole thing about voting rights and about democracy, everything. Like, walk us through your thesis.
Well, I mean, you go listen to the news, go watch even Fox News, and they're constantly repeating the phrase that the different types of reforms that the Republicans are pushing in different states is voter suppression, and that the Democrats want to make sure that people are going to be able to vote. They're not going through and talking about what's actually in these two bills that the Democrats have been trying to get through the last week in the Senate. They're going to go and essentially get rid of voter IDs, make it so that you can have ballot boxes that are unattended, permanently make it so that we have mail-in voting. And to me, you know, the rhetoric that Biden and others have used, where Biden's compared the Republicans to Bull Connor or to Jefferson Davis or George Wallace, and that they're anti-democratic and the Republicans are totalitarian, really, I think you need some perspective, because if what the Republicans want in terms of voter ID, so in Georgia, the big thing that have gotten the Democrats upset is that on the absentee ballots, you'll have to put down, let's say, the last four digits of your Social Security number. Every American has a Social Security number. Even many non-Americans have Social Security numbers. In Texas, the thing that got the Democrats to walk out in the state house there and try to stop any votes was that Harris County had allowed ballot boxes to be left out 24 hours a day with nobody watching them. And the Republicans said, okay, well, you can have the ballot boxes out between 6 a.m. and 10 p.m., but you have to have somebody monitor them. Well, the point I was making to you is that if those basic reforms that the Republicans want, some type of ID number on absentee ballots or having a chain of custody with regard to ballot boxes is anti-democratic or totalitarian, then all the countries in Europe are totalitarian. Sweden, France must be totalitarian because all 47 countries in Europe are having now voter IDs for people to be able to vote. It was 46 and a half up until very recently, but England is changing its laws. And, you know, you take something like absentee ballots. People have no idea the restrictions in the rest of the world. 75% of the countries in Europe ban absentee ballots for people living in their country, completely ban them. Another 20% of countries allow absentee ballots, but you have to have a government-issued photo ID to go and pick it up. They will not send the absentee ballot to you in the mail. You know, no state in the United States is even talking about the types of rules or restrictions that you see in 95% of Europe. Or look at Canada or Mexico, our neighbors. Both require government-issued photo IDs to be able to go and vote. In Mexico, they also have a thumbprint that's on there. And they ban absentee ballots for people living in the country. You know, one of the things with all this discussion about voter suppression, in 1992, Mexico instituted government-issued photo IDs for people to be able to go and vote. And they also banned absentee ballots. Well, and they not only on top of that, they required that you had to go in person to go and register to vote and get your ID, and then go back a second time to pick it up. In virtually all the Mexican states, there's only one place in those states to go and do that. So you may have to travel 75 miles. So you think all these restrictions, voter participation should have plummeted, right? But in fact, what you found was that in the three presidential elections prior to 92, the average voter turnout was 58%. In the three presidential elections after 1992, it was 68%. So it went up. And that's because people had more confidence that their votes mattered.
Confidence.
Right.
Yeah. Here's where we also have confidence is that we're going to be counting the votes. You know, they said it's a red alert, a code red for the United States today because Steve Bannon's got all these guys where people are going and winning at these county levels. They're volunteering, they're taking training, they're going to be watchers, but more importantly, they're going to be inside the room as election officials, not just watching the polls. They're going to be in supervising the counts. We don't care if you like it or not. We're winning those elections right now at the county level. People are volunteering. They're going to be in the room. They're going to be in the room supervising the count to make sure you can't steal the election. Let me make sure that all little Jamie Raskin, Benny Thompson, Shifty Shifts, Swalwell, the traitor that slept with the Chinese communist spy, all of you guys, and the whole cast of characters in mainstream media. Trump won. Biden's illegitimate, and that's one of the reasons we bled him out and killed his regime in the crib in 1 year. And yes, it's done. It's over. Stick a fork in it. Everybody knows it. You can run around the Ukraine all you want. Even the people in Ukraine are bored with you. John, how do people get to you on social media? How they find you? How they get to your website?
Our website for the Crime Prevention Research Center is crimeresearch.org, crimeresearch.org. That's probably the best place to go. It has all our research that put together. Thank you.
Perfect. John Lott, I'm so glad you're focused on elections now, too, besides just good old-fashioned crime, right? More guns, less crime.